In this video, we're going to do a review, but also a little bit of a preview of verbs of motion, глаголы движения. So we have multidirectional, unidirectional, and then prefixed verbs. Multidirectional and unidirectional are both imperfective. And then when we add the prefix to the unidirectional verb, we get the perfective verb. So we have the ones that we're quite familiar with. Ходить, идти, пойти, ездить, ехать, поехать. And then we have three that we're maybe a little bit familiar with, but not so much. So let's take a look at those. They will follow the exact same pattern as the others. We have to swim or sail, плавать, плыть, поплыть. To fly, летать, лететь, полететь. And to run, бегать, бежать, побежать. We're familiar with летать. It's like читать. Лететь, we have лечу, летишь, летит, и так далее. And then to look at a couple of the new verbs, плавать is just like читать. So you see kind of a pattern here. Плавать, летать, бегать are all like читать. Плыть is like жить. Плыву, плывешь, плывет, плывем, плывете, плывут. And then бежать is actually an irregular verb. We have бегу, бежишь, бежит, бежим, бежите, бегут. So that's one you will have to memorize. And so these three, плавать, летать, бегать, плыть, лететь, бежать, are ones that you will work more with as time goes on. And this is kind of just a preview of these. But they follow the same patterns as the other verbs of motion. So remember that multidirectional verbs are associated with the ability to go with no specific event, maybe random motion, completed trips in the past, or repeated trips in the past. And sometimes I think it helps to think of this as kind of where is the arrow going? In this case, the arrow is going in multiple directions, so multidirectional. Whereas with unidirectional verbs, we have the arrow going in just one direction. Motion in progress towards a goal. And we can also have repetition in one direction. And then perfectives, we use perfectives when we talk about the beginning of an action, a series of events, maybe a change in direction, like first I went here, then I went there. If we're talking about that we left but didn't come back yet, we use perfectives, and then often planned future events we'll use perfective. So try these. Are we using multidirectional, unidirectional, or perfective? Translate the verb only. Does your son go to school? Ходит. This is a repeated action, so we'll use multidirectional. We went to see her today. To me, it sounds like we went and came back, so probably ездили. Where are those geese flying to? Here we'll use unidirectional, летят, because they're going in one direction right now. It's motion in progress. He was on his way to work when, this is a rare instance when we might use шел. He was on the way, motion in progress towards a goal, when something else happened. Maybe we'll go to Boston tomorrow. The best answer here, I think, is поедем, because it's a planned future activity. When you go to the movies, let me know. Similarly here, this sounds like a planned future action. Most kids love to swim. Here I chose multidirectional, плавать, because this is not really any sort of goal. It's just really motion in any direction, so multidirectional. We fly to Las Vegas once a month. летаем. This sounds like a repeated event. We were running to class when... Here's another instance of a unidirectional, бежали. We were on our way when something happened, so we chose unidirectional. We drove around the country for hours. This doesn't have any particular direction or a particular goal, so we'll use multidirectional. This ship is sailing to the Bahamas. Плывет. It's on its way with some kind of goal, so unidirectional. Let's go to a movie. Пойдем. This sounds like a planned future event. And I usually go to the library to study. Хожу. This is a repeated action. Answer these questions with verbs for by foot and the destination park and работа. Что он делает сейчас? Он идет в парк. Он идет на работу. Что он часто делает? Он ходит в парк. Он ходит на работу. Что он сделает потом? Он пойдет в парк. Он пойдет на работу. Что он будет делать каждый день? Он будет ходить в парк. Он будет ходить на работу. Где он был вчера? Он был в парке. Он ходил в парк. I think you could have either one here. It depends on whether you're focusing on where he was or that he went somewhere and came back. Он был на работе. Он ходил на работу. Где он? Он в парке. Он на работе. Откуда он идет? Он идет из парка. Он идет с работы. We've talked some about prefixes. We've seen при, у, в, and вы. We can also have some other prefixes, and so this is just kind of a preview of what you will see in the future. До, meaning to get somewhere after some kind of effort. Про, meaning to go by something or through. Перейти is like to cross from one place to another. За can mean to stop by, like to stop by someone's place. Pod is to go up to something, and ut is to come away from something. S to come down, vz to go up, and ob to go around. Of course, I don't expect you to remember all these automatically, but just so that you know that these exist and that they will function exactly the same way as the other prefixes that we've already seen. And so what we'll do is we'll take a multidirectional verb and add a prefix, and it becomes imperfective. We'd have, for example, приходить or приезжать. Remember that ездить changes to езжать when we add a prefix to it. Or if we take a unidirectional verb and add a prefix, then we get a perfective verb. In that case, we get прийти or приехать. And this is the same for all of these prefixes, that we add them to one or the other and we'll get either an imperfective verb or a new perfective verb.